Good morning. Welcome to another plan with me. This week I'm memory planning November 10th to the 16th, and I'm using this kit from the Prairie Planner called Forest Friends. I decided not to cut the bottom washi this week. Usually I would cut it in half and use some leftover Simply Gilded washi tapes that I have because I have so many. But this week I just wanted to keep the bottom washi. I love all the leaves and it just makes the kit look more fuller. Is that really a word? Fuller? Doesn't sound right. Um, Anywho, I used this kit because I started binge watching Sweet Tooth really heavily this week. I never watched it before. My friend had recommended it to me years ago, and I always told her, "Yeah, yeah, I'll get to it, I'll get to it." And then, I don't know, I just was in the mood for a new show because I had dropped so many other shows. Like, I stopped watching, what's that called? Grey's Anatomy, I stopped watching, and I stopped watching This Is Us. Nothing really necessarily wrong with those shows, I just was in the mood for something different, so, but before I watched this show, I decided to read the graphic novel first. Actually, how this came about was I was in the library, and I was just kinda, like, browsing through stuff, and I saw the graphic novel for this show, and I think the graphic novel was first, so I borrowed it, I read it, I freaking loved it, so I was like, "Okay, now I have to watch that show that my friend recommended," and that's how it came about. That's what happened. And yeah, there was even one night where I think I watched 3 episodes, and they're pretty long. They're like 45 to an hour long, so, like, that just tells you how much I was really into the show. Yeah, the only other thing really this week was that I was playing a lot of Fortnite because The Simpsons, I was still into that this week. In real time right now, I'm not really into Fortnite anymore. I'm starting to play a different game called, well, Black Ops 7. And yeah, this week was oh, yeah, this was a short work week too. We only had 3 days of work because we didn't have work on Monday and Tuesday. It was Remembrance Day on Tuesday, and Monday we had off because we worked late the previous Thursday or whatever. So that was kinda nice. It was, like, really bad trying to go back to work on Wednesday, though, because I was so tired and I just could not get up, like, it was so rough, but whatever, I digress. Here I'm just putting on the day covers at the top. I really love this kit so much. I love just the colors, and I'm really excited to use my Christmas kits next, or pretty soon, I should say. But yeah, I'll just start getting into the day by day. On Monday, the first thing I'm marking is that I slept in, and I'm using the sleep in script and pillow from the Coffee Monsters Co. I tried to put this day off script from Scribble Prints Co. beside it, but then it just looked like a lot of writing, and I decided just to move the pillow over to the middle. And you'll see what I mean when I get to it. But after that, I'm marking that I read and the book stickers from the kit. And then after that, oh, yeah, okay, so this day, my in-laws sent over a package, like a Christmas gift package for me and my husband, and it was a huge, massive box, and it was just filled with a whole bunch of stuff. My in-laws live in France, so that's why they sent stuff over, and we have to send their box sometime this week. Hopefully, it gets to them before Christmas. Next, I am marking oh, yeah, so after we opened up our box, just like a child, I went back to nap because I was still tired, so I'm using the bed that came with the kit. And then I had a doctor's appointment, so I'm using this, prescription pill bottle. I don't even remember where it's from. And then I went to get some groceries after that, so I'm using the shopping cart that came with the kit. And then that evening, we had Popeyes for supper, so I'm using this chicken sticker from Starlight Paper Co. Sorry, I'm not really mentioning where the foils are from, like the scripts. Some of them are from Holly Lynn Co., who's no longer open. Some are from the Prairie Planner, and this Popeye one is from Murdoch Talks. They're kind of from different shops, and they're the way I store my stickers, I've said this a few times, I don't label them, and they're not really labeled, or they're not I can't even tell which shop some of these are from, and that's my bad. But moving on to Tuesday, the first thing I'm marking is that it was Remembrance Day, and I'm using these emoji stickers from the Coffee Monsters Co. holding poppies to mark that. And then I read, so I'm using this book sticker from Once More with Love and a read script. Again, I'm thinking that's either Holly Lynn Co. or the Prairie Planner. And then to mark pulling stickers, I'm using the stickers that came with the kit. And then I did laundry, so I'm using this laundry basket that came with the kit, and the laundry script is from SPC. Her scripts I can recognize because they're like kind of slanted and slanted, italicized. Is that the right word? That doesn't sound right, but you know what I mean. They look different. They have a unique look to them, so I can recognize hers. Anyway, after that, I'm just marking that me and my husband cuddle. So I'm using this once more with love and chickens to mark that. And the cuddle time script is from SPC. And then I played Fortnite, and I'm using this Paper Shire keyboard and mouse sticker to mark that. I don't play on keyboard and mouse, but I just like these stickers. They look pretty and cute. And then that day we watched The Long Walk, which is the movie that was inspired by the Stephen King novel. So I'm using the movie marquee that came with the kit. And the popcorn script, popcorn sticker is from the kit. Moving on to Wednesday, first thing I'm marking is that I could not wake up. Like, I could not get out of bed. It was so rough. I just had a 4-day weekend and my body was just like not wanting to cooperate. But using this emoji from the Coffee Monsters code, that's like a zombie. Marking that I was so tired. And I'm using this, I was using this tired AF sticker, and I think that's from Holly Lynn Co., but I kind of wrecked it because I put it down crookedly, tried to pull it up, and I ended up pulling up part of I don't know how to explain it. I actually do show it here because I was like so annoyed, but I have more, so I just replaced it. But that was my fault because I was pulling it up with tweezers and it was being really rough with it. But anyway, after that, I'm marking that I had another appointment. So I'm using this stethoscope icon from, I'm pretty sure it's a leftover Simply a Mess kit. And the appointment script is from SPC. And then to mark back to work, I'm using the computer monitor from the kit. And this work script is from Samantha May Sticks. And then to mark that I needed to go drop off my glasses because they were broken and I needed to get them fixed, I'm using these little glasses that I can't remember where they're from. It's annoying because I do know where they're from. Well, I don't know, this is weird. When you know something and it's at the tip of your tongue, yeah, this is that situation. Like, I can't quite remember, but it's there. It's from an old Canadian shop that has closed many, many years ago. But anyway, moving on to the next thing, I'm marking that I binge watched Sweet Tooth, so I'm using a TV from the kit. And then I played some Fortnite, so I'm using this Paper Shire Girl to mark that. And then I just had a YouTube binge, and I'm using this play button from Krell's Creations. And moving on to Thursday, first thing I'm marking is that I had a Tim Hortons, so I'm using this coffee cup that came with the kit. And then to mark work, I'm using the the laptop monitor, the laptop sticker. I haven't had my coffee. The laptop sticker and the work script from Samantha May Sticks to mark that. The laptop came with the kit. And then this day I had 4 meetings. Yes, 4 meetings. I mean, they were all like 30 minutes long each, but 4 meetings during this entire day. It was wild. It was crazy. And I still, I didn't stay late, but I think I left work at 5, but there was 4 meetings throughout the day. It was rough. So I'm using this pencil sticker that came with the kit. And then the second half of Thursday, I had to do a library drop-off. So I'm using this library card from the Prairie Planner. And then me and my husband just drove around the city. It was just, we do this every once in a while where we drive around the city. Just a night drive. No reason. Using the car that came with the kit. And this with hubs script, I think, is from SBC. And then I binged some more Sweet Tooth that night, so I'm using another TV icon that came with the kit. Moving on to Friday, I've been using these balloons that come with this kit to mark TGIF because I like celebrating my Fridays now. And then to mark work, I'm using the phone that came with the kit and that same work script that I've been using. And then I got my nails done this day, so I'm using the nail polish that came with the kit. And then This is a huge, massive sticker, but this is from Fox and Cactus, and there was nothing really happening on Friday, so this was fine. It took up quite a bit of the full box there. To Mark McDonald's. I don't know if I even said that. And then that evening, I streamed some Fortnite, so I'm using this computer monitor from a Planner Cuties Co. I don't know. I feel like, okay, these stickers came with like somebody's D-stash. They were selling all their collection of stickers, and that's where that came from because that shop doesn't sound familiar. And moving on to Saturday, the first thing I'm marking is that I just doom scrolled. Yeah, it was disgusting. I laid in bed for 2 hours in the morning just scrolling. I kind of don't like that. I need to change that. But then I got up and I started playing this Xbox game called Hidden Cats, which is just a very easy achievement game, very chill game. I don't even know if that's any better than just doom scrolling, but whatever. I'm an adult. It's okay. It's fine. And then I went to Dollar Tree, so I'm using the shopping oh my gosh, the shopping bag that came with the kit. And then me and some of my work friends went to have a lunch date at Montana's this day, so I'm using these. I'm pretty sure they're emojis. There's like 5 of them. It's perfect because there was like 5 of us. And yeah, one of our work friends, it's actually her last day, like the following week after this, and then she's moving to another province. So sad. And being the person that she is, we invited her for lunch and she brought us roses. She is just ugh, I love her so much and I'm gonna miss her, but I'm gonna go visit her. So yeah, I'm using that flower sticker from I have no idea where, just to mark that she bought us roses. This girl, I swear. And then I picked up me and my husband some Starbucks. So I'm using this emoji sticker to mark that, and the Starbucks script is from Murdoch Talks. That Starbucks and Popeyes came off the same sheet, like the scripts, so that's why I kind of know where those ones are from. And then just to mark that it was a lazy day after that, I'm using this couch, and lazy day script is from Holly Linco. And then this evening I binged watched Squid Game Challenge season 2. I was so like invested and I didn't realize that the last episode came out the following week, so I thought it was all over, you know. But yeah, it was pretty good. I'm happy with the 2 people that didn't win because there's 2 people I really didn't like and I was really hoping they wouldn't win. So anyway, moving on to Sunday, first thing I'm marking was a coffee run. So I'm using this Simply a Mess coffee cup and script, don't remember. Then I did some planning using the planner that came with the kit. And then I had a binge. I keep saying crime binge. Crime binge. So I'm using the TV that came with the kit. And then I played some more Fortnite. So I'm using this character from Papershire. It's from a GTA 5 sheet, but in Fortnite, I have all these different little characters, so I thought it was fine. And then the last thing I'm marking is that we just had takeout. And that burger sticker, I think, is from Paper and Milk, if I'm not mistaken. And its takeout script is from SBC. And yeah, that is the full spread. I hope you enjoy your day, your week. Hope you have a great, amazing week coming up. Thank you for stopping by. Bye.